Hey y'all, Regina of byRegina.com here again today for another episode of #GoIndependent, where I'm traveling around the United States talking to amazing people who have gone full-time with their business. Today we are headed to New Orleans to talk to Justin Shiels. I'm so excited, you guys. He's an amazingly creative designer, just a creative guy all around, and is actually one of the co-founders of the new Pursuit Creative Conference in New Orleans. But first, before we go to New Orleans, if you haven't figured it out by now, we're going to do some corny jokes here before we get started. So, corny joke of the day. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. What do you call a fake noodle? Nah, I'm going to give you some time. An impasta. Get it? Impasta? Fake noodle? Ha! So good. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's go talk to Justin Shiels in New Orleans. Okay, you guys, so as I said, we are here with Justin, and I am so excited for y'all to get to meet him today and learn all about him. So if you would just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hi, my name is Justin Shiels, and I am a graphic and web designer with the focus on content marketing. And I also am throwing a creative conference, Pursuit.
I'm so excited about Pursuit. It's going to be here in New Orleans, October 3rd of 2015, and it's something y'all plan to do, I'm assuming, every year, right?
Every single year. We're so excited about it.
So anyway, tell us right now, what does the majority of your income come from as working for yourself?
Yeah, I've been working for myself for about a year, and the majority of my income comes from traditional graphic design projects.
Awesome, awesome. So you said you do illustration as well, photography. Tell us about all of the things that encompass your, I guess, what you would do in a month.
Absolutely. What I'm learning is that what people really need is the opportunity to tell their full story.
Okay.
So I do a little bit of copywriting, I do photography, illustration, graphic design, web design, whatever they need to tell their full story.
Love it, love it. Okay, so tell us, you have a few different online spaces, websites. Tell us where you're located, where people can find you.
You can find me online at JustinShiels.com.
Okay, and what is the magazine that you have been running?
Yeah, for 6 years I've been running a New Orleans focused magazine called byRegina.com. I'm actually in the process of sunsetting the brand. We are doing that in conjunction with the 10-year anniversary of Katrina.
Wow.
And I think it's the right time to end that story and start focusing on my personal brand.
Yes, I'm so excited. So JustinShiels.com is your main headquarters online where people can find you, your work, and also hire you for graphic design, any of that.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell us, how long did you know that you wanted to kind of work for yourself, and how did you actually just make the transition?
Yeah, so I started as a graphic designer at a small agency.
Okay.
I moved to a larger agency called Peter A. Mayer Advertising here in the city. And I think that's where I really learned my hyper-specific skills and where I put in that initial 10,000 hours of work.
Oh, yeah.
I moved from there to get a master's in arts administration and worked in communications for an arts high school in the city.
Gotcha.
And so I think the combination of those experiences is what made me confident enough to go out on my own.
I love it. And as we were walking up here, you actually said you're going to be teaching at the university.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
I'm so excited to be teaching advertising at Loyola this year, my alma mater.
What?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, so what's your favorite part of being independent now?
I think the best part is that you can do a lot of different types of projects. I really enjoy having the opportunity to put my hands in a couple of different pots.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of, to mix metaphors, juggling, but...
Pots, juggling, whatever.
I'm juggling pots and pans.
Yeah. So really kind of the ability to explore any lane that you want to and find the best position for your work and for your time.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Freedom, you guys.
I think it's really about finding something core that'll pay the bills day to day, and then giving yourself the time to work on the things that you're actually passionate about as well.
Yeah. So tell us some of your favorite portfolio items from what you've done, either on your website or on other people's brands. What are some of your favorite items?
Yeah. Probably my absolute favorite project that I've done this year was I got to do some branding for a local restaurant called Ursa Major.
Okay.
I designed a series of menus for them that are on these beautiful metallic papers, and I created a system for them that really works.
Wow. Can't wait to check that out. So tell us, when you're working on a project, well, actually, let's just start here. How do you structure like your work day or your work week?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So I'm a planner. I'm a serial planner, and every Monday I have like an internal meeting with my company of one, where I review all of my client work that I have for the week, and I schedule out what I'm going to work on each day of the week.
Okay, wow.
I found that I'm the most productive during the morning, so I have to try to get as much creative design time in between 8 a.m. and around 2 p.m.
Okay.
And then I try to schedule all my meetings in the evenings.
Gotcha. This is like the exact opposite of me. I'm like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm still like becoming a human each day. But that's awesome. So you know how you work and you really kind of plan out your day, plan out your week effectively. This is amazing. That's an amazing skill set. What tool do you use as far as your planning is concerned? Is it paper and pen or an app?
Yeah, I use Trello for my long-term planning. It's the best.
Okay.
The way that the interface looks, it is perfect for my personality type, and I like being able to move through and see all the different projects that I have in one place. Okay. And then I use a traditional paper to-do list. I make one every single morning, and then I just cross it off and throw it away at the end of the day.
I like it. So as we were walking up, we were talking about kind of both being introverts. How do you find that plays into working? You have to work with clients, obviously, and help them tell their story. Is it harder as an introvert? Do you actually feel like you're more skillful at it because you're an introvert? How does that play in?
I think a big part of being an introvert is making sure that you have the time to recuperate after connecting with people. And so I try to take care of myself in that way and spend quality time alone, where I'm reading and learning and just having quiet.
Gotcha. So it kind of balances out all the work that you have to do with people, in front of people, all of that.
Definitely.
Gotcha. So tell me about some of the challenges. Working for yourself, even if you're a super organized person, I'm still assuming it's not easy. I know, like from experience, it's not easy. What are some of the challenges that you've come across since going full time?
I think one of the most important things that people need to do before they start a business is really think about their client pipeline.
Okay.
If you don't have that kind of sales funnel in place, then it's going to be a little bit harder to work and reach the goals that you want. Okay. And so what I've been focusing on for the past few months is new business development and what my client pipeline is for my business.
Okay. So for those of us who might not be familiar with a client pipeline or a sales funnel, can you explain a little bit about it and how you set yours up?
Yeah. So my process was, I decided the type of work that I enjoy doing. And for me, I love working with medium-sized nonprofits to help them tell their full stories. Okay. And so basically it's about getting yourself in front of the client first, showing them work that they understand and that they think is good work. And then 3, it's having regular meetings with these types of clients to make sure that when you have available time, you're on their radar when they need projects done. Gotcha.
Okay, tell us about a few of the tools. You mentioned Trello. What else do you use in your day-to-day basis that you like, I can't live without this thing?
I'm trying to think of what the most important thing is.
Okay. So I'm assuming you use Adobe like every 5 seconds.
The Creative Suite is hands down the most important part of my day. Okay. I actually use Instagram a lot for inspiration recently.
Really?
I found that there's so many good designers and illustrators and photographers on there. And like, I just love like filling my feed with these talented people.
Gotcha. That's awesome. So do you literally like kind of have scheduled in time where you open up Instagram, or is it just kind of when you need a little bit of inspiration, you have a few seconds, you're checking it out?
Well, I just implemented this week. I don't do social media before 10 a.m. Oh. And so the reason being is that I kind of like to be able to stew in my own brain first, which is good and bad. I have to schedule some stuff the night before if I want to make sure that I'm hitting
those prime times in the morning.
But it's it frees up a little mental space, which I really appreciate.
That's really smart. I like wake up with social media. It's like my, oh, okay, what's happening in the world kind of tool. But I guess you're right. I mean, it starts to kind of direct your thoughts and maybe cloud your thinking a little bit or whatever for the day. So you wake up and you're only kind of in your head, in your brand, working on your client projects, and you haven't like turned to the outside world yet, in one sense.
I try.
Cool. Try. That's a really focused way to go about it. And I'm assuming you find that means that your morning times, which are your best hours, are a lot more focused than if you had gotten on social media.
Definitely.
Gotcha. Okay, so tell us about, you said you use Adobe Creative Cloud. For organization, you're really into Trello. How do you take payments? Do you do that through your website?
Oh, yes. I depend heavily on FreshBooks.
Oh.
They have an amazing invoicing system, and they even send out client reminders. So I stand behind FreshBooks for everything.
All right. So for freelancers, coaches, anyone who's needing to send invoices, you think that's a great tool?
That's the one.
And you also do your accounting through there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I like it. Now with FreshBooks, is it linked to a specific payment system?
Yeah. With FreshBooks, you can get payments through Stripe or PayPal.
Okay.
And
that's really good.
There are a few fees tied to using Stripe and PayPal, but for me, it's worth the convenience.
Yeah. All right. So what are some of the best platforms that you found for promoting your business?
So I promote my business on all of the traditional social media platforms that you would expect. Okay. So I have an Instagram account, I have a Twitter and a Facebook account. I'm interested in video and thinking about building a YouTube channel soon.
You should totally. You look good on film.
Hey guys. But I think the most valuable thing that I use is my email communication. I use MailChimp to send out a weekly email. It's a big part of how people know what I'm doing.
Okay. So for somebody who's maybe just getting started in email, could you give a few tips? Like what would your suggested strategy be for starting to send out communications?
I would say pick a schedule and stick to it. So if you want to send out every week, try to make sure you can send out every single week. Okay. If you want to send out only once a month, send out once a month, but on a specific day of the month. Okay. So maybe you're the first Friday of every month. You send out your email newsletter. Be consistent so that your audience knows what to expect from you. I
like that. Consistency is key. Okay, so tell me, how meaningful is it that you are working for yourself now? Like, what does it mean? Maybe just coming from what you've experienced in the past, working at other jobs, or whatever it is. Like, what does it mean to you that you now get to set your own schedule, do your own thing?
Yeah. What I love about being a creative professional that works for myself is that I'm in control of my own destiny. Yeah. And that is scary sometimes. But it's also so fulfilling because once you move beyond that I'm hunting mode, you have this ability to kind of build this life that you've always wanted for yourself.
Yeah. So in terms of like being able to spend time with friends and family members and key people in your life, how do you balance that? Because it still is a lot of work. Yeah. And when you have your own business, you can work in the morning, you can work in the evening, you could, I mean, you could theoretically be busy all day. So how do you actually balance real life with your work?
Yeah. I try to carve out specific times for friends and family as a normal part of my life. One thing that's really important to me going forward with my business is to introduce travel into my work life. So I'll still be working when I'm on these mini vacations, obviously.
Which is the benefit.
Yeah.
The type of work you do. So.
But at least I can like experience new places and see new things. Right. I try to also make sure that I have one full day off every week, no matter what.
That's so smart, you guys. Did you hear that?
One full day off, no matter what.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, so for anyone, this is my last question, I promise, but for anyone who's just getting started, maybe it's graphic design, maybe it's photography, maybe it's something completely different, but they're just getting started and trying to transition to working for themselves full time, what are your first 2 actionable steps that you would tell those people to take?
Absolutely. The first step that I would say is that you need to make sure you save a little money. Okay. You definitely want to have enough revenue available so that if you weren't to get a client for 3 months, that you could take care of yourself.
Is that how you did the transition?
Yes.
That's so smart. I did not do that. But yes, great.
I'm a Taurus, so I tend to.
Okay, yes.
I have to have stability.
All right. So first thing, save some.
Yeah, save some money. The second thing that I would say is really think about what you are an expert at and what you need to do to feel like an expert and what you want to do. If that means you need to take a couple classes online or offline, take those classes so that you're ready.
Okay. I love the way you said that, what you need to do in order to feel like an expert, because when you feel like an expert, you probably present yourself differently, carry yourself differently, put a different amount of effort into your website and into your portfolio. That is so brilliant. What do you need to do to feel like an expert? And so you do recommend online classes? I
definitely recommend online classes.
Give us like maybe 1 or 2 sites that people could take good classes from.
So I'm actually really falling in love with Creative Live right now.
Oh, yes. Creativelive.com.
I love that you can watch a lot of the classes for free as long as you watch them in real time.
When they're happening,
If you miss them, you have to catch them on, you have to pay for the classes.
And they're still not too crazy expensive.
Yeah. The price points are very reasonable. I am actually in the process of going through, oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name. He created the podcast Startup.
Okay. I'll look it up later.
He's an amazing, amazing guy. He tells all about the power of storytelling, especially through podcasts.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So check out Creative Live or any other site that kind of resonates with you and, has classes that you feel would be a good fit and help you feel like an expert.
Yes.
That's an awesome tip. I love that. Thank you so much for spending time with us today and kind of letting people know about your story.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.